Hello, welcome from my company studio on Impact 24 conference. Our guest today is Marc Bourez of EIT Health. Marc, let's talk about innovation, but before we start, let's tell us more about EIT Health, what it is and what are you doing?
Thank you so much. So first of all, thanks a lot for your kind invitation. So EIT Health is a knowledge innovation community which have been created a couple of years ago in 2015 by the European Commission. This is one of the knowledge innovation community under EIT, the European Innovation Institute of Technology. And EIT Health is focused on the life science sector, addressing the missions related to healthy living and active aging, healthcare system sustainability, and creating impact also in the field of business creations for life science startups, including biotechnologies, medical technologies, and digital and artificial intelligence technologies.
So how you can specifically help Polish startup community on, I suppose, on medical field?
So actually, EIT Health is organized around different collocation centers and hotspots of innovation across Europe. We are addressing the ecosystems by supporting the development of project consortia to manage innovation journey, responding to our call for project, which is aiming to attract startups and SMEs willing to work with our academic partners and research institutions.
Yeah. Okay, so you connect the partners from the
academia? We are connecting the partners, indeed, from startups, SMEs, with research institutions, university, hospital, industry partners from pharmaceutical industry, medtech industry, but also with private investors, university, hospital, patients associations, living labs, test beds. So it's a way to attract startups and SMEs to collaborate with our EIT Health community.
So it's a cross-border collaboration. Yeah. So the Polish startup can get access to the best universities in the Europe, best experts in the Europe, and best investors, I suppose.
Correct. So we are supporting such like ecosystems by supporting the startups from Poland, as an example. They can participate to our accelerator program or startup creations, incubations programs, accelerator program, access to our pool of investors, access to our pool of industrial partners willing to engage strategic cooperations with startups, but also access to academic research organism and university hospital. So that's the way that we are supporting startups and SMEs in Poland, as an example. Yeah.
And what I've heard, you have a good example as a startup IQ Biozone, which tries to measure cortisol level.
Correct. So IQ Biozone is actually one of the finalists of one of the EIT Health Accelerator program, which have been selected last year and this year to establish a strategic alliance and partnership with Coimbra University in Portugal to develop a new home-based diagnostics technologies, which is aiming to measure and monitor the cortisol for, diagnosing the depression or stress-related abnormal,
And it's a huge problem today. Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell me, what's next? What's your plan for the future? I've heard that you try to go into deep tech.
Yeah, that's right. So we are staying 2 days here in Poland. So we organized yesterday in Warsaw the kickoff meeting of new programs that we are currently designing together with the EIT Health community. So we organized these kickoff workshops in Warsaw to work with research institutes, university hospital, venture studio, venture startup studio, and venture builder, private investors from venture capital funds sector, and private industry investors as well. And it was a really great opportunity to discuss in between these partners in Warsaw. It was a full day meeting to design the backbone of this new pan-European deep tech venture builder, which is aiming to support startup creation from academia and from research organizations.
So how the existing startups can apply for your help? What are the ways to get into you?
When it comes to this concrete example, so Deep Tech Venture Builder is aiming to support startup creation.
Startup creation. Okay.
So I mean, from university hospital, research institutions, on from R&D, and then we are supporting the development and the investment into those selected startup created. And when it comes to already existing startups, depending on the maturity level, they can apply to our incubation programs or scale-up program by entering into our ecosystems and apply to our EIT Health accelerator program. So it depends. Sometimes it's about only getting access to potential strategic cooperation opportunity or strategic partnership across Europe, establishing a R&D collaboration with pharmaceutical industry, or R&D collaboration with medtech and AI industry, or they look forward to get access to labs facilities, clinical trial, commercial clinical trial facilities within university hospital or clinical investigation center. So we are supporting those startups to get access to those expertise across Europe. Or some of the startups are applying to manage their own fundraising round, private equity fundraising round. Then we are supporting the startups to prepare themselves to be ready to pitch in front of our investors. And when it comes to access to investment, we are implementing some co-investment program like the Venture Center of Excellence, which is a co-investment program being designed between the European Investment Fund, EIT Health, and the Commission to manage private equity Series A to Series B. So those startups are applying, they are evaluated, they are selected, and we are managing their journey.
So the money is still in the ecosystem, yeah, and it's available.
Yeah, the money is still in the ecosystem, and it depends the kind of money that they are looking for. Okay. It could be a private equity investment, it could be a grant, venture debt, but also a guaranteed loan. So EIT Health is supporting the startups to get access to different kind of financing sources.
So I suppose you're traveling around Europe and you see different ecosystems. What do you think about Polish ecosystem? You see there's a potential, you see these good ideas, good companies, good startups, or what do you think about Polish ecosystem?
Many traditional big investors in the Western countries in Europe are right now looking at carefully to untapped innovators in the Central Eastern countries. Yeah, because this is a really strong and big opportunity to get access to breakthrough technologies in Central Eastern Europe. First of all, because the science is
you have a good level of science.
Is great. So level of science is great. In Poland, as an example, we are getting a really strong academic partners and research institutions like Medical University of Łódź, Medical University of Gdańsk, the national,
one of the highest European levels.
Correct. And as you can imagine, those research institutions and university hospitals are, generating many spin-offs as well, and it's an opportunity for private investors to tap into these ecosystems of startups in Poland as well.
It's always is a problem, to change the good researcher into good businessman.
That's a great challenge indeed.
Yeah, and everywhere.
That's a great challenge because good people and science used to be something that investors are looking for.
Yeah.
People is about researcher. a good researcher is not necessarily a good CEO.
Yeah.
And that's why EIT Health is helping to bring
and
the
that's,
right talent
that's your,
as well.
that's your role.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're
Our
welcome.
guest was Marc Bourez of EIT Healht. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It was a
Thanks a
pleasure.
lot.